Let's see if we can actually try and break down a hand. Sure. So we had the open, the 3-bet, and the flat. Linus with the check on the flop. Prodigy going for quite a big bet here on this board. As I said, like, he has a lot of like ace tens and stuff like that here. Linus also have like a lot of jack nine suited. It's gonna have like a lot of you know, ace 10 suited, some queen jack suited, stuff like that. Calls, checks, b40 on the turn. Obviously, Prodigy's still gonna have a lot of very good hands here. Linus with the flat, checks river, and like we see Prodigy check back with like the ace-8 here with the ace of diamonds. It just makes me think that like in this particular scenario, the ace of diamonds is going to have some showdown value against like Linus's misses, but I don't know how many checks Linus is going to have on the river here. But yeah, that's one of the key hands. Open from Linus, flat from Prodigy. Check, bet, raise, and a call. Lead from Prodigy here. I actually really like this lead with a 7 specifically. I think it'd be nice if we had like, you know, king 3 suited, stuff like that as well. Something like big and small. And then on the 7 river, Prodigy just goes for the 2.5 pot. Like, just you, basically, to Linus. And I think he's targeting a hand like king 10, like some like ace 10s. Obviously, Linus is going to have like infinite range for just opening button as they're playing heads up, and they're pretty deep. But I think he's just trying to target like a 10x specifically. Maybe like Linus has some flushes, but I feel like on this turn card, Linus would probably raise his flushes. You want to start fast playing like some of these hands. And then on the river, I think when Prodigy bets 2.5x pot, Linus can't do anything else with queens. I think the reason he took a long time is because he was thinking about jamming. Like, was Prodigy overvaluing certain hands? But probably never. So yeah, that's a pretty sick hand. 3-bet from Linus, using 2k as the sizing. We've seen Prodigy make a few slightly wider calls in position. Ooh. It's 4-ball time. Oh my god. We've got a 4-bet pot here. King, queen, 6. 6 is probably never in there. There's more like ace, king, ace, queen, aces. Some king, queen suited. Maybe some like king 7 suited for like just you know, the random 4-balls that you chuck in. And like in heads up, it's completely different. And he goes for the 10%er. 10%er on the flop from Prodigy here. Ace king. Queen 3 suited. He threw the queen 3 suited in there for a 4-ball. Oh my god. So we see the 3-bet from Linus here. It's 4-ball time again from Prodigy. And it's quite interesting, the dynamic here, because last time you had queen 3 suited on the show table. And it's a little bit smaller, this 4-bet. It's 5k instead of 5.4. We do see a call. It comes ace 10-8 two-tone. This is obviously going to be very good board for Prodigy with, like, you know, his suspected range. But we've also seen him piss about a little bit with, like, the queen 3 suited and stuff. Using the 10% sizing again. Kind of interesting board as well to go 10% pot on. Like, ace 10-8 is just going to connect with both players. Like, Linus is going to have 8s. Linus is going to have 10s. And Linus is going to have ace 10 and ace 8 suited quite a lot. But Prodigy also has quite a lot of strong ace-x. Deuce of spades on the turn. Bring in the front door flush. Linus is still going to have a lot of very good hands here as well. It's going to have all of like the suited, 6-7 suited, 7-9 suited, stuff like that. Deuce on the river doesn't change much in this situation. I would say that Linus can still definitely have ace 10 and ace 8 here, pocket 8s. Probably would play the same line. Prodigy still has a lot of very good hands, but both players still have like some bluffs here. Like Prodigy could just have like king jack off with the king of spades. And Prodigy just go for it. King queen. Yeah. King queen off. Definitely one of the hands he could have. What did Prodigy have here? Queen 3 suited again. See, this is the thing. Linus obviously becoming a bit more wise to Prodigy's really out of line 4-bets. Just calling down with the king high. I mean, like, turn is like a no-brainer check call. And river, I think we could definitely see Linus call in some rivers here for sure. Even with the king high.
Okay. Raise call. Check. Bet 40% call. Bet half pot call. I'm going for this large river size. Like, you wouldn't go for this large river size with like ace high. The opponent's gonna have like some threes and some fives. The opponent's gonna have like jack 10 of clubs, things like that. Like, they're gonna call down quite a lot. They're gonna have some 10x. They're gonna have a lot of ace highs themselves. So I just find it unlikely when Linus bluffs here with this sizing that it's gonna be an ace high. Like, I don't think that ace high ever really takes this line. So I think that Owen has like a pretty nice call with the ace 8-0. Even king highs and queen highs probably don't want to do this because queen highs are going to have some showdown value versus hands like 6-4. Raise 3-bet, 4-bet call. Check on queen 8 jack rainbow. The ace comes on the turn. Linus goes around 70%, b7-2, whatever. Massive bet from Linus. Prodigy finds the jam. Linus tanks for a while, says didn't mean to nit roll. I understand it's not actually a nit roll. I think this is way closer than you think, because I think Linus is supposed to have all of the very good hands in a 4-bet pot here. Queens, 8s, jacks, like 8s they can definitely have. They're definitely 4-betting 8s sometimes. King 10 suited, ace jack suited, ace queen suited. There's a lot of hands they can have. So when Linus is supposed to have all of the extremely good hands here, and Prodigy's meant to have some decent hands, when Prodigy jams this turn, and Linus is going, what the hell's going on? Like, I'm supposed to have all the good hands here. I'm supposed to have aces and jacks. Prodigy having queen 10 suited is probably one of the best hands to do it with because he has the 10. He still has some redraws as well if he is called by ace jack, ace king, ace queen. And if he does get called by ace jack, he still has a queen. And he still has a 9. And he still has a king. So I think maybe Prodigy's thought process here is, if I jam and he calls with an ace, I've still got outs. Unfortunately, Linus does have an ace, but he also has a jack with it. So we see one of the biggest pots of the day so far. And these guys are going to take a little break. This was a super interesting hand. So open 3-bet call. Linus just going for a flat with the aces. Quarter from Prodigy. Checks turn. Linus now takes the betting lead. And then Prodigy pretty much forced to just call this river with a king. The 9 doesn't really interact too much with the board. Some miss straight draws on the turn, but like 6-9 of clubs maybe or something like that. But this is more like kind of forced to call with one pair here. The flushes miss, the straight draws miss. And Linus, I think, has played his hand tremendously. So that's one bad one.
We see the raise from Prodigy here. Linus betting the flop, using 40% sizing. Man, Linus is so tricky though, because if you look through all of the games that he's played, he's changed his sizing every day. Like, this is insane. He's literally changed his sizing every day.